Thanks, though. No, honestly, that's a lot better. That helps out. I don't have to reset the game. All right, so we're in here.
Boom! And you didn't get to see all the cool loading skins, man. But, okay, so here we go. So OverKKlocked is going to be... let's see. OverKKlocked is with that one guy, and then Brutal is the other. So that one guy is Malzahar. So OverKKlocked is...
Should all get a prize. I'll think about that, guys. Gunners for all. Gunners can support me or can sponsor us, and I'll probably give Gunners to everybody, but that's
boom,
what
boom.
I get them.
Boom, boom.
One thing I wanted to say, though, is welcome Ankle Spanking. I just noticed I didn't get a chance to welcome you to the chat.
To the chat, we got
spank some people with them elbows or ankles. Elbows.
I wish that my sound was working so I could actually hear the game. See,
it's
like,
alright, as long as my sound's working and the viewers can hear the game.
Yeah, pretty much that's it. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's see.
Alright, so...
Here we go. Here comes the wards. See, they were listening to the stream.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for these earlier teams.
Well, I mean, that's not really... It's not their fault that they weren't listening to the stream, or that they didn't have a game. It's, you know, it's just common gameplay. You gotta know to ward to throw that stuff down.
Exactly. So, what I'm really interested to see is this bottom lane. Because neither of those champions have sustain. Like, Caitlyn doesn't have anything to heal her. Vayne doesn't have anything to heal her. Minus their items. Lulu can't heal Caitlyn, and same thing with Lux. But they both have shields. So it's going to come down to, like, the trade damage. But Caitlyn has longer poke. But in the event that Vayne gets close enough to go through, like, a combo, possibly with Dan, and just basically lay down the haymakers, it should be interesting. As well, I think Lux actually beats the poke of Lulu. But Lulu poke is just, I don't know, I feel like it's so much more potent. I don't know if you've actually played with or against a Lulu, but it can just be really obnoxious and can just stop a lot of engages.
I gotta say, I really like this Amumu skin this guy's got. It looks really funny.
The Pharaoh Mumu?
Yeah. That's a cool skin. Right,
so we're going to see how top lane goes. We got Jace versus Shen.
Yeah, Jace is definitely going to be able to poke him a lot easier. Obviously, range versus melee. But, I mean, that doesn't always matter. I've dominated a couple melee ranges with the melee, so...
The thing with Jace is he's versatile, so he can he can go into the melee stance, and really he has 6 abilities when he hits level 3 because he has both stances. So we'll kind of see where it goes. We have a Mumu coming up here, and what's crazy is he started red buff. You don't typically see that on a Mumu because he needs the mana, but he started red. They're going in for the gank. That's good. Oh, it's gonna cause a flash out of Shen, and he should be fine. I was gonna say, I thought for a second he was running Ghost. I was gonna say that's a dead Shen, but he's fine. But that is a flash down, and Jarvan's here to counter gank if they decide to go back in. And fortunately enough, they found it, so he should be fine. Unfortunately for Shen, though, he now has to go through potions, and I'm surprised he started Boots 3-pot for the he's going against the Jace, and Jace is gonna be able to poke him no matter what. Mm-hmm. So the Boots are kind of just like. Yeah, I don't know if I would agree with it.
I wanna take this to the viewers and see what you guys think. These are obviously 2 different team comps. We've seen a couple heroes from each side on in the games. What do you guys think that is gonna happen in terms of this one?
Oh, Jarvan's coming in for the gank up top. Here we go. Oh, first blood down bot on Caitlyn. So there comes exactly what we were talking about.
Jace is not in a good situation. Got the flash off.
But he should be fine. And that's the acceleration gate that I was talking about. So here's the poke damage. Oh, but back down bot. Yep. He's got to be careful though. It's a lot of damage. Oh. But the tower didn't end up targeting. Oh, right off frame.
Caitlyn's now 3-0, which is gonna be tough.
But in the event Malzahar can come pick this up, he's on the move, and they don't have flash. Oh, but like I said, there's the annoyingness from Lulu, man.
It's now 5-0, and I think Malzahar, admittedly, he
just got outplayed, man, and that's just kind of what happens. And there's the barrier. It's starting off bad news bears. Bad news bears.
Looking good, guys. Hey, you never like to have a game start off 6-0.
No.
At least I don't. I never like that because.
See, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Messiah knows Messiah. He knows. He knows the boots just was not a good start top. I would have started more potions and then probably a fort pot. I think he would have been able to. First of all, he's going to get more damage. He's going to get the spike in health, and that would have allowed him to survive the gank earlier a little bit better too. But unfortunately, he started boots.
And RJ makes a very good point. Comes back and it's already.
By no means is that anything to say though. The comp that's coming out of OverKKlocked is very good, and they can basically, with the Malzahar ult alone, they can pretty much lock somebody down and just kill them right away if they get picked off. He does have to blow his ult at that point, but it should be worth it in the event. You know, they can form a 4v5 out of it.
It's gonna be tough though. That Caitlyn with red and blue buff and that VF sword is just doing so much damage right now.
Here's the good and bad thing about having all the kills on somebody. One person's super fed. That's a good thing.
Everyone else is
bad note is, exactly, nobody else has the kills. Nobody else, has the gold that person does. So taking that Caitlyn out of the game is going to be huge for OverKKlocked. Can they do that? I don't know. But like I said, going, it's gonna be a brutal lane. Just like I said, Lulu's just so potent. Like, I like the Lux and the Harass, and like I said, I think Lux Harass is better than Lulu, but the Lulu potence, man, potency is just.
There it is, the laugh from Lulu, man. She's just not giving him a chance.
They're so under leveled on bottom lane. I don't know how it's gonna turn out at this point. So, here's the thing though, let them all get level 6 before any, big judgments are made. With the Mumu ult, with the Vayne ult, with the, Lux ult, and Malzahar ult. I mean, they have really good level 6s.
They really just need to, they gotta
turn that around. But unfortunately, they're just so far behind on bot. I don't think it's by any means out of their range. It's just gonna be tough right now. So we'll have to see, where they pair up here. But they are down 0-8, but here's that 3k gold. I mean, the one game they were down 11-2, but they were only 1,000 gold down, which wasn't bad. They were picking up dragons. They were doing what they needed to do to get back into the game. So we'll kind of have to see what OverKKlocked does to kind of make up for this. Mumu is close to level 6. So after he picks up blue, he should be 6 and make ganking a little bit easier.
Yeah, and RJ makes a really good point. Lulu was diving that. She dove that tower and she just tanked it really, really well. And,
she's not a tanky.
Well, she's not as tanky, or she's not a tanky, but if she has the ability to dive it this early.
She opened up with the Sightstone, and that's the biggest thing right now, is the fact that she has a Sightstone this early. It can just go be warding, she can throw 2 wards out on the map at any point. She no longer has to basically waste money on wards for a while. She can throw in Tri-Brush, and then she can throw in Near Dragon. Occasionally picking up the pings for lane ganks, as well as Dragon, whatever needs to go down. But right now, they are at a huge advantage. And it looks like the tower probably. She's just getting too chunked.
They just gotta let that tower go, and Amumu's 6 now, but
Blue team's turret
unfortunately, there's just not much that he can do at this point. It's gonna come down to this Jace. I think this Jace can make something happen. He's doing pretty well top lane, even though he's 0-1. He has CS. I mean, if you look at that matchup right now, exactly. And had he known, at this point, a good player would understand that Shen's backing, which means either Jarvan's going to come up and cover, or Jarvan's nowhere nearby. And both of those situations, he's fine to push that turret, because he can 1v1 Jarvan right now, and he's totally fine with it. And there he goes, he takes the turret. Exactly.
So both teams have 1 turret on them. Unfortunately, I'm still trying to get the teams down. OverKKlocked is down to about 4,000 gold, 4,500 gold, and
oh man, Malzahar just gets picked off and wasted flash. See, at that point,
he did a lot of good damage right there.
So I gotta give him credit. I was gonna say at this point.
Person out. I don't know Oh,
As I told you before, man, I tell you, there's no point in wasting the flash if you know you're dead. And at that point, I honestly would have thought he would have been dead, and he just should have saved the flash. But he did end up getting off the Malefic Visions onto Lulu and picked that up.
I don't know about Chase coming in on the score.
He showed himself and had to waste flash. So now he's got like a 5-minute cooldown for no reason. And at that point, was it even worth showing your face? Why not just walk around? You got poke and that was it. You could have poked and not shown that you were that close, and you would have been fine. But instead, he showed waste flash. Now that's down after quite some time. Mumu started with boots. He went the boots mobility, so he's not tanky. He doesn't have. I don't know how that's gonna go early on. We'll have to wait and see.
Got 3 strong mid right now, and the Mumu's back in the jungle. Shot for every kill.
Well, how quick you trying to get, man?
Well, Caitlin's 8-0, so are you gonna take like a shot for? I don't know. See, look at it. Melzar, he's got that.
Oh.
He's got level 2 silence. He's doing over 200 damage, and he barely even nicked that Lulu with that move. I know he's not maxed out right now, but
he's going with the Malefic Visions, which is pretty common.
Vayne needs to get back here. I can see a big team fight coming up here right now.
The thing is Shen has his ult, so even though he's not there, if they don't remember that, they're in a lot of trouble because they're gonna go and engage and they're gonna make a big mistake and think, but that Jarvan's so low.
Very low.
That would have actually been a pretty decent engage. I think they could have taken down Jarvan and eliminated him from even ulting at that point. Had they
if
gotten
Mumu would have had thrown his little mummy bandages or whatever.
But all they really did there, I mean, they stood around. They accomplished nothing. I mean, maybe they get this turret, fine. But at the same time, I mean, if you have 5 people crowded around Dragon, make something of it. They're all backing now.
Here we go, and they're gonna get another free tower mid. Hopefully they can push this fast enough. Yeah, just a little extra money to help them get back in the game.
Exactly. Within about 3K now, or 3.7, so better than nothing. One really nice thing about Malzahar is in team fights, his ult does a lot of damage, but he can just do a lot of damage, AoE damage, just naturally, and that's what'll be something that'll be really nice. Like I said, you have the null zone, which I'm surprised he's not getting second because of the fact that the other team is getting pretty beefy already. Jarvan already has the Giant's Belt. I'm gonna guess the Chain Vest and Shen's gonna go right into a Sunfire. So why he didn't get the null zone second, I'm not sure. Probably, and there's the Lulu ult, like I said. I mean, that thing's gonna knock you back. There's so much damage coming out right now. And I don't think they've got to not be communicating or something. Vayne's sitting here bot farming. You have a Mumu top pushing, and they have 5 mid over on Brutal's side. So what were they thinking by not showing up mid? It's like, you guys are already down. You need to defend your turrets. You need to keep your gold. They're just letting the gold advantage go in. There's the Nidalee Spear we were talking about. There's a third of her health now. 1 Nidalee Spear. And that's exactly what I said. Once they see him getting chunked, they're gonna initiate. And it's unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. I don't know how many.
Seems like a lot of these teams during this tournament are just going for, oh my god, I love it. Big spear to the face.
Big poo-poo damage.
700 or 600 damage.
They are just, I mean, they're getting very pushed now. And any of you guys that were saying, oh, LOH Paley's, team was just so much, so much more ahead. If you look at these teams right here, like these teams are pretty even. Actually, I believe that the OverKKlocked were all placed, I think, silver or gold or whatever, and the other team didn't even have any of their borders. So either that means they're on Smurfs or whatever, or they just didn't place last season. So they're relatively even as far as skill goes, and they're still down 11-1, down 5,000 gold. So yeah, okay, I understand LOH Paley, they kind of put down a smackdown, but there's just something going on.
Do you smell what the rock's cooking?
There's just I think there's a lot of lack of communication. I think that's just a lot of because the biggest thing I'm noticing is people aren't making good decisions as far as the team